Hey folks, Mr. Dell here. We are talking about powers of 10 and exploring that. And this is coming from, I'm pulling this problem specifically from CPM's course 3, and this is section 8.1.2. Number 8-19, it says copy and complete the table at the right for powers of 10. So here's our table. Wants us to complete this table for powers of 10. So if we look at what I have a 10 to the first is 10, right? That means it's just 10 once multiplied, not multiplied, right? Because it's really, you're looking at everything has a coefficient, if you will, of 1 time. So 10 to the first is just 1 times 10 in this case. 10 to the second, what does that mean? Well, this means 10 times 10, right? 10 to the second is 10 times 10. 10 times 10 is 100. So then 10 to the third means 10 times 10 times 10 is what 10 to the third is. So we would go 10 times 10 is 100 times another 10 would make it 1,000. 10 to the fourth means 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. That's what 10 to the fourth is. So 10 to the fourth is 1, 2, 3, 4 tens being multiplied. 10 times 10 is 100 times another 10 is 1,000. So 10 times another 10 would be 10,000. Notice our pattern here. If you look, 10 to the first has 1 0. 10 to the second has 2 zeros, 1 with 2 zeros. 10 to the third is a 1 with 1, 2, 3 zeros. 10 to the fourth is a 1 with 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So 10 to the fifth, which again does mean 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, what it means, but what our answer would be 1 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. So we'd have 100,000. Okay. So that's completing the table this direction. But if I go backwards now, what's interesting is we have this 10 to the 0. Well, 10 to the 0, if I think about this pattern, I can think of it a few ways. My pattern here, 10 to the 0, you notice it's a 1 with how many zeros we have. 10 to the first is 1 0, 10 to the second, 2 zeros, 10 to the third, 3 zeros. So 10 to the 0 would be 1 with 0 zeros. So it would just be 1. And in fact, if we think of this pattern this way, if I go every time I'm going forward, I'm multiplying, right? I'm increasing my power by 1 and I'm multiplying by 10 every time going from one step to the next, multiply by 10. So if I wanted to go reverse, if I was thinking the opposite, if I was at 100 and I was going backwards, I would divide by 10, right? So if I was going to go in reverse, 10 divided by 10 is 1. So either way you kind of look at it, anything to the 0 power is 1, right? 10 to the 0 is 1, 2 to the 0 is 1, anything to the 0th power is 1. In this case, there's my table. All right. Use the pattern in the completed table to decide how many zeros 10 to the 7th would have. Based on our pattern and what we talked about, 10 to the 7th is equal to 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You put commas after every 3. So 10 million would have 7 zeros. 10 to the 7th has 7 zeros, right? How about 10 to the 23rd? So 10 to the 23rd, and I'll just write it, I'm not going to write out the number, would be 23 zeros, right? 23 zeros would be 10 to the third. So if I needed to, I could. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3. And you put commas. You go every 3 and you put a comma. So I probably am not even going to attempt to read this number without looking it up. But it's 100 something. It's a very large number. All right. Okay, there we go. Oh, I'm sorry, one more. How would you tell someone to write 10 to the 50th? So do not actually write the number, just write a sentence telling them what he or she would do. So 10 to the 50th, we would say, is equal to 1 with 50 zeros, right? As digits. So it's 1 with 50 zeros, or we can say 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 dot 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 0 0 0, and that would be 50 zeros. You can explain it that way. Okay. All right, there we go.